This presentation focuses on the various types of business etiquette that we need to focus on as professionals. Whether we like to speak over the phone or not, it is an important skill to master. When speaking on the phone, remember that the tone and clarity of your voice are more important than the words. Be sure to smile when you are on the phone. Your voice will convey your mood, and if you are smiling, it will be apparent in your voice. When you receive a call, immediately write down the caller's name and use it throughout the conversation. If you are disconnected during a conversation, it is the caller's responsibility to place the call again. And lastly, to alleviate phone tag, make appointments for a telephone conversation. Always be prepared to leave a voicemail message in case the person you are calling is not available to speak over the phone. In your message, be concise, enunciate your words, and do not talk too fast. If you are providing the caller with choices, keep those choices simple. And when leaving a message, information should be left in this order: your name, your company, the best telephone number to call, a brief message, and your telephone number again. With email becoming more and more common, understanding these email tips will help you ensure that you are always maintaining a professional image. Remember that email is never anonymous and you have no control if it is forwarded. Assume that your message will be plastered on the front page of the newspaper when you are reviewing it. Revise it to make sure the entire email is professional and polished. Don't ever type in all capital letters. If you do, it seems as if you are shouting. I know the emojis are fun and humorous, but do not use them in professional email correspondence. When creating an email, always put a topic in the subject line. This gives the receiver an idea of what they will be reading, and it lessens the chances of your email being put into junk mail. Include your contact information in the signature block so that the receiver can see your title and other important information. If you will not be checking or responding to email for an extended period of time, create an out-of-office response. This may seem obvious, but be sure to proofread every email. Use the spell check to ensure you have not misspelled any words. Be careful when you send what you perceive as funny. It could be interpreted as offensive or inappropriate. Be sure to respond to emails within 24 hours, even if it's to acknowledge that you received it. Use the person's name with whom you are communicating when addressing your email. Remember, an email is as important as any other type of business correspondence. In this age of email, business letters are becoming less common. However, they are still an essential piece of correspondence, and knowing what's appropriate in the business world is very important. Always verify the correct spelling of the recipient's name. This is obviously true for email correspondence as well. As I mentioned in the previous slide, be sure to proofread all correspondence before it is sent to the recipient. Ensure that you have used the proper title within the salutation. There is no need for a business letter to be pages and pages long. Be concise by making your point in the fewest words possible. A nice touch to a printed business letter is adding a handwritten sentence or two at the bottom. This makes it a bit more personalized. To close the letter, use the word sincerely. This is the most common closing. And lastly, always sign a business letter by hand. Personal note writing is so uncommon these days that if you were to write a personal note, you would definitely be remembered. Personal, handwritten notes are a great way to maintain business relationships. Every professional should have simple, personalized note cards handy so that a quick note can be written easily. Lastly, if you are in the building stages of networking, remember to include your business card with the personal note. This goes for a note that you send to someone that you just met at a networking function, but did not have the opportunity to exchange business cards with. Sending a thank you note is one of the best habits to have, especially when someone has done something kind for you or has helped you in any way. If you are ever in doubt about sending a thank you note, just send it. It definitely can never hurt to thank someone for something that they did for you. Write your thank you note within 1 to 2 days or 24 to 48 hours and get it into the mail as soon as possible. Never just sign your name on a store-bought card. Personalize it by writing a sentence or two at the bottom. A handwritten note of thanks is always better than an email and definitely better than a text message. If you do not have the ability to get a note in the mail, an email is okay, but be sure it is written professionally.